how to get bad grade for exercise 7. You can do that by not paying attention to linear perspective, color saturation, brightness, noise, blurriness, and shadow and highlights. Here is the first example. This is supposed to be a white flyer on the cupboard, but the cupboard is white, and this flyer is whiter than white, and that makes this looks very strange. Also, the linear perspective is off. So here is a better example. The linear perspective corrected. The brightness is lowered by levels. I added slight noise and then blurred slightly with Gaussian blur. So you can see it looks more natural and blended into the background. The next one is this banner, and it's using the drop shadow effect. However, the drop shadow is not working well here because the shadow looks too sharp, dark, and too even. If you look at the shadows of other things, existing objects in this image, you can tell the shadows are very, very faint and blurry. Look at the shadow of this cupboard door. It's very, very blurry, very different from the shadow of the banner. Also, the saturation is way too high. So you want to reduce the saturation and adjust the brightness. Also, this is too perfect, too clean, to no noise on a banner. So here is a better example. The linear perspective corrected. The saturation is lowered. I added slight noise and then blurred slightly with Gaussian blur filter again. Also, I painted very faint shadow behind the banner. And shadow is not very even. It's getting darker toward the banner. So let's see before and after. Okay, this is before and after. It's much better. Another example here is again too saturated, too perfect, too focused, and wrong perspective. So here's a better example. I painted very faint black line at the bottom and white line at the top, so the object doesn't look too flat. The last example is on a floor, and I wanted to make this look like standing on the floor, but it doesn't look like standing. It's more like just floating on a picture plane, and the noise and the blur are way too much. You don't want to overdo them. Here is a better example. More subtle noise and blur which match with the background, and more realistic shadow. The shadow was created by copying the shape, darkening, distorting, and blurring it, and erasing the part. Please see lesson 6 for this.